Nice. Well, fuck, Ray. I appreciate you doing this, man. It's kind of funny because I'd say within the last year, I've discovered your music just from like, the release radar and like all this stuff. And
Yeah, yeah.
you consistently have new music coming all the time. So it's just, yeah. And the nostalgic, like pop punk kind of vibe that's going on with it. I just love it all, man. So thank you for continuously like releasing awesome stuff like that.
I appreciate that, man. That's it's I put out so much music. I just sort of found that like the more that I put out, the more it ends up on people's release radars, the more people listen to the songs. And that's the goal here. And I'm still going. It is tough sometimes to get a song out a week, but it's been a lot of fun. I feel like it's helped my songwriting a lot to like really.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And like, so kind of just to go to understand the beginnings of it. So, like, when you were younger, because, the podcast called Basement Kids, the reason I named it that is just, we all grow up hanging out with our friends. And for us, it was like the basement. We all just lived and hung out in
Yeah.
our basements. So, for you growing up, what was that place? Was it the same thing or like garage?
I'm from New Jersey originally, so there's not a lot of basements where I'm from because it's all like
Ah,
at sea level. We're like surrounded by the water on all spots. So not a lot of basements. But we would do a lot of shows at like VFWs and shit and
oh,
and
yeah.
uh and like and Legion halls and shit. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes and it's New Jersey, right? So like sometimes like Census Fail would play like a Legion hall, like and it would be like fun. It would be a good
Oh, that'd
time.
be awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like I guess now that I think about it though, sorry, I'm going on a tangent now. The basement for me would be like my friend's truck. Like we would just
Hmm.
be in the truck, like fucking driving around aimlessly for hours. We're from such a small town originally. I live in Los Angeles now, but like I said, I grew up in like really small town in New Jersey, and we would just spend every single night like driving around in trucks going nowhere, but we'd be in there for like 5 hours and just like listening to music like, oh, I just found this new band on MySpace and then like download on LimeWire and fucking now we're just like playing it through iPods connected to cars.
Yeah.
um yeah, I think that's the answer. I think it's like specifically my friend Bruce's truck was my basement growing up.
That's a cool place to hang out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. And then, so when did you start to like get into music? Well, what age were you?
um Yeah, I was probably when I really, really got into it, I was probably like 13 years old. I saw School of Rock with Jack Black.
Ah,
And I feel like this is a story for a lot of musicians. Like I didn't know one thing about like playing guitar or nothing. Like I couldn't you could play me a song back then and I couldn't even instrument was what, you know what I mean? You could play me whatever and I couldn't talk about it. But I saw School of Rock and that kid that played guitar in School of Rock, I was like, man, that's badass. Like when he's going through all this stuff where he's like just kind of this quiet kid and I'm going to tell everyone to step off or whatever. I was
yeah.
like, I want to do that. And coincidentally, my uncle Mike had been taking guitar lessons from a guy in town named Gino White. And he had stopped taking lessons from him at the time, but lessons like I got the guy. So after I saw that movie, I hit up my uncle, asked if I could take guitar lessons, and that was it from there. Guitar was like the first thing that I started doing. I It was so hard to learn how to play the guitar initially. Like I feel like the first like year I was playing guitar, I just like go to the lesson, leave the guitar in the case, and then do the lesson again next week, and then where I got super, super into it. And then I was just like playing guitar like fucking crazy. And that led into other instruments and that led into singing and um, all that. And obviously, like, from what I said earlier, like I was just super in the, like it didn't matter what it was. If it was like fucking metalcore or like Never Shout Never, like I was into it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I was just
Yeah.
I was just like consuming all of that shit. And I was in like every kind of genre band you can think of. I've been in all of it, you know.
Crazy. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that's what happened there.
Nice, man. Yeah, you know what? I could see that. That's even yes, remembering watching that movie for the first time, it kind of lights a fire under you for,
Yeah.
wanting to like play music or learn music or whatever it is. It's even to this day, if I watched it again, it's like the same thing. I'm just like, I want to write a song right now.
Yeah, yeah. And the years ago, my full-time job was teaching music, and I wound up like at a music school where specifically I ended up like teaching bands. Like that was part of my day. Like we'd put bands together of kids in the schools, and I would like teach them how to play songs or whatever, and they would whatever they wanted to play. It didn't matter if it was like My Chemical Romance or like Motley Crue. Like we would do whatever they wanted to play. And I would think back to it all the time as this like oddly full circle thing where I was like, man, I started out just from watching School of Rock, and now I'm here like teaching these bands how to play songs together. It was pretty sick, actually. It was a fun time in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's crazy. So you like just went right into teaching music, eh? That like it just consumed you.
It did. I mean, for the longest time, people would always ask me when I was younger if I would like teach them how to play guitar, and I was always like, no, like I don't have the patience for that shit. It's gonna really bother me when I say like, do a finger position in this way, and they can't do it, even though I full well know like how hard it is when you start out. I knew it was gonna like piss me off, and I spent most of my early 20s just like being a burnout and like doing drugs, and then I needed money and I only have like one skill. So I started teaching music, and it took off from there. I actually really, really enjoyed it. And it's funny to think how much I hated the idea of teaching guitar when I was younger, because when I was teaching guitar, there was like nothing cooler than having a kid who didn't know anything about how to play and then like teaching them how to play. And then one day they yo, I wrote a song, and they like play their song for you. Like I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing, man.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty
yeah,
sweet
I
to be
actually
on the other side of it, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I actually really did have a good time with it. I think if everything ever like crashed and burned with the music I'm making now, I would probably like have to start teaching music again,
Yeah, that's fair. So, like when you got into it, did you like get pretty deep into the weeds with like theory and stuff like that then? Or did you kind of just self teach yourself most of it?
So I did learn a lot of theory, but a lot less than my guitar teacher like would have wanted me to, if that makes sense. So we
Okay.
would run I assume you're a guitar player. I see a guitar in the
I am.
back there,
Yeah.
So my guitar teacher, again, I can't say his name's Gino White. He's fucking incredible guitar player, and he's like a real like blues guy. So we would run like every form of the minor pentatonic scale. We would run like different modes and shit like that. But every time he would like teach me the scale, and he would be like, listen, we can't just learn the scale. Like you have to solo with it. You have to do improvisation and stuff and all that. So every time we would learn a new scale, we would jam on it. So like the basis of theory knowledge for me comes from like, I can pretty well hear what I want to play. And then if I can get like one position right on the neck, then I have like the whole rest of the neck locked down, just because I've learned like so many scales and like how they connect that I can pretty much like build chords and play from there. But like I could totally build a dope chord on the guitar, but not be able to name it for you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I don't know what this is. I don't know why. I don't know why it works. I know that I'm basically in A minor right now, but like this just sounds sick. So
Yeah,
that's
100%.
basically it. But I would do the same when I was teaching, because I thought like that was really important. Like so, I would teach everyone. I would teach them everything about these are their intervals and major and minor intervals and stuff like that. But pretty much stops there. Like really getting into like all this diatonic shit and all that, I'm sure I have a
Yeah, it's
cousin
true,
who teaches
man.
guitar who's like super into theory. I'm sure he would hate to hear that, but he's,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, because me, I just self-taught myself entirely, and then I remember taking a bit of like theory classes and like getting books and stuff like that. And I remember when I was younger, I had a decent understanding of it, but then yeah, I don't know. Once we started like with our band writing music and doing originals and stuff, that all just kind of took a back seat. I was just like,
Yeah,
I know it sounds cool. I'm just gonna make up cool stuff that I like.
exactly, exactly. It's fucking punk rock, bro. Like, what are we
Yeah,
gonna do? We
exactly.
don't need to be getting,
No.
all on book about it. It's just like what sounds cool. That's all it has to be, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's the best too. Because sometimes we'll record like write a song, and my one buddy I record with, he's like, okay, so what chords are you playing? I'm like, just 1 second. Just have to like actually like count. I'm like 1, 2,
Yeah.
because I don't like know exactly what I'm doing right off the bat. Right, I kind of just like you said, I play. Here's the progression I made. It sounds cool, and then figuring out the note, like what exactly what I'm playing after is one of those later things. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So the guy who plays live with me, his name's Sean Haggerty. He's totally fucking self-taught musician, like best guitar player I know, and he really can't break down anything in like a theory sense. As far as I know, I could be totally wrong, but I've known him since I was like 5 years old, and he's always been like the best I know. And he just plays shit like he just listens to it, plays it back, plays it like perfectly by ear, and couldn't tell you a damn thing about anything, how it connects or anything. He's fucking shreds, and he's so good. And so some of the best people I know that play guitar are totally self-taught, you know? I think that's what I mean, that's like what fucking Hendrix did. You know what I mean? It's use your ears. That's all you need.
well, yeah, I think that's the thing, right? You can go pretty far with like being taught and stuff, and like you said, learning scales that can help you, but you got to find your own thing that makes you
Yeah.
like like when you're writing songs or how you play live. It's like I think it's very cool to go and just be like, wow, this person's really unique. Like I've never seen anything like that,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
That's all the coolest people. I mean, I can't remember who said it to me, but this is like a long time ago, back in like high school. It's like the bands that stand the test of time are the ones that have something different about it. You know what I mean? That's why, you know what I mean? It's just the bands that really, really stick. You can tell what they are. Like you can hear it's a Rush song, you know? Um, so that's the one. And obviously that applies a bunch to the punk scene as well, you know? But
Oh, of course. Yeah.
it's just, I guess it's easier to quote the bands that I know everyone knows, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. Nice, man. And so, like, being you played it, like, how many bands did you play in kind of before you started this project, like growing up?
Man, I couldn't even tell you.
Was it
I,
always like with different people or kind of mix and match with the same
it
people?
was a lot of times I would be with different people. I would sort of always go back to doing kind of solo music though, because I just felt like it was the more reliable thing to do. I mean, you're in a band now, and I'm sure you've been in other bands. You know how hard it is to find like a dedicated group of dudes that are gonna like really, really fucking go for it.
Yeah.
My only thing, right? Like this is like what I love to do. So if you're not in a band with other people that feel that way, it gets kind of rough. So yeah, I've been in a bunch of band like we had a band in high school that was just called like Oh Shit, It's Jaws. We had another band that was
Nice.
called He Wrote Down Nixon. I was in an acoustic duo with Sean, the guy that plays guitar with me. We were called Team Pup and Suds from Brink, the Disney Channel movie.
Nice.
Um, and I did a bunch of solo stuff. Like my solo stuff was a lot of like really folky, like Bright Eyes ripoffs, because that was all I could really do at the time. Was like if it's just me, then it's me and an acoustic guitar, right? So it's just like I'm 15 years old, and fucking love Bright Eyes, you know. So I'm just gonna keep doing Bright Eyes stuff. But I also for music, you know, and so I need a band for that.
Yeah.
So I would
True.
keep doing that, and then. Funny because so many people don't know this part of the story now, which I actually think is really cool because it used to be like the only thing people knew about me. So when I was like in my early 20s, I started doing like a joke rap group. Okay. Like
Oh, okay.
I would full on like it was like it was just a total joke thing. Like I was going, my name was like DJ Drugs. The name of the
Nice.
group was Get Paid, like it was like GITPAYD. I probably shouldn't have said that because now people can fucking look it up. But like, so it started there, right? And then there was like a lot of iterations of this like joke rap group because I was having a really good time. And it at the time, it became like the most successful thing I did at the time. It was like we are playing all around LA, like we were opening for like French Montana and shit. So now this like joke rap group that I was in became we weren't called Get Paid at that time anymore. I'm not going to drop the name of the real fucking group at that time. You can do some deep dive information if you want to find that. Because it's really it's so bad. It's fucking
Yeah.
is nothing you want to hear. It's very, very bad. It's just rapping about like all this money I don't have that I was not sleeping with. Like it was, it was so fucking bad. And so I did that for so long. And then somehow through doing that, I met another guy and we started really experimental, I guess just like electronic, like instrumental thing. In LA at the time, there was this place called Low End Theory that was really popular where they were playing like early versions of like sort of dubstep kind of shit, not like the Skrillex kind of thing, but I guess that's what people know, you know? And just all this like beat music. So we were trying to do that. Again, like I said earlier, it's like you name a genre, I've done it. And I've tried to do fucking absolutely everything. That guy's name was Sorrow. And we wanted to start another project years later. He wanted to start this thing called Heavy Shepherd, which was a lot of fun. And it was just me but basically it was like him making beats and me rapping, but taking it a little bit more seriously. And we were in the studio one day and the guy who owned the studio was really good friends with Shavo from System of a Down, bass player System of a Down. And we played our music for him and we're like, I was nervous as shit because again, I'm just this guy who like started rapping as a joke and now we're trying to do it like a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And then he was good, man. Like you could tour this and people would come. Fast forward like a year later, it's now a band with Shavo of us. It's me, Sorrow, and Shavo from fucking System of a Down. And I'm like, this is it. Like, this is my big fucking break. You know what I mean?
Shit,
I'm
yeah.
doing vocals with this guy from fucking System. Like, people are gonna, for the first time in my life, people are really gonna listen to this music that I'm putting out, you know? And it took forever to get it out, but the project did come out that was called North Kingsley. We were gonna drop a bunch of shit in early 2020. The whole fucking world shut down. We pushed our release back a bunch. We couldn't tour. We couldn't do like everything set up to go, but we couldn't do it. But we still dropped the tracks. And so, yeah, the thing before what I'm doing now was called North Kingsley. And it was a side project of System of a Down with my friend Sorrow. And I was doing a bunch of like super fucking political raps that is so different than anything else that I'm putting out now.
Yeah.
We had tracks with there's a music video you can find online where it's we had RZA on a song, RZA from Wu-Tang Clan.
No
so it's
shit.
Like, so think about
Jeez.
rapping as a fucking joke, and the next thing you know, I'm shooting a music video with fucking RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, and we're like next to each other rapping the fucking song. Just sitting there being like, I remember turning to Sorrow at one point and being like, dude, I started rapping as a joke, bro. Like this is the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, no shit. That's wild.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I really do enjoy being in a position where pretty much no one knows that. Like even if they know of North King, connect the dots that it's me, you know? Because before, and especially when I first started dropping a solo project like a couple years ago, I was like, this is all anyone knows of me. I was really worried it wasn't going to is way different than any type of like heavy hip hop thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But that's just not, like what I'm doing now is like where my heart's at. You know what I mean? Like that's what I really like. People say all the time, like, you got to put out the music that you want to hear, you know? And while I really have fun doing like weird raps and shit, it's I don't think it's like sustainable for me. We do have like a full length album that I don't know when it's gonna come out, but that's cool too. It's got like Cypress Hill, like a full on Cypress Hill feature with Scott Storch is on it.
Nice.
Crazy shit, man. Um, yeah, so that's the long history of bands I've been in, I guess. But culminating with directly before this was North Kingsley, and I feel like again a lot of people don't know that, which I think is actually pretty cool because I used to get like really self-conscious about it. Like people only give a shit because of North Kingsley, but most of the
Mhm.
time no one even knows about that anymore. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool like origin story to what you're doing now. Like that was kind of like you said, right? It's like this is it, man. This is it. And then, shit happens, the world shuts down, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you're kind
for
of like,
sure.
well, unfortunately it didn't pan out, but that's a cool like
Yeah.
little history thing.
And to be honest, like being in that situation is I think the only reason why the music that I'm making now is working in a sense of like knowing how to properly roll out a song, knowing what's really going on the back end, right? Because we had the same manager as System of a Down. So it's like I'm sitting in meetings with these guys where they're talking about like what we're gonna do for our song, how it's gonna get distributed, how it's gonna get mixed, who like the way to approach it and everything. And that's like game you can't buy. You know what I mean? Like sitting in that room and seeing how people are really rolling it out. So I think just
Totally.
slowly I took what I learned from the North Kingsley experience in a positive and a negative way. Because I feel like there are things we did with North Kingsley that we probably wouldn't do again. So I was like, oh, we tried to do this, it out, and plenty of positive stuff though, where I learned how to do it and I just tried to build from there. And that's probably how you heard of me. You know what I mean? Because of I
That's
was
wild.
using the tools that I learned from that situation. So I owe so much to that on so many levels.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's a cool, yeah, I like that story. That's awesome. And then yeah, it's interesting, like, yeah, you go from that to like, punk rock, pop punk music. It's like, yeah, okay, that's quite the jump, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, that's another thing that I was so paranoid about. It's like I don't know if you've seen like my music videos, but like basically the second song that I ever came out with is called Heartbreak Feels Good in a Place Like This. And it's just this like weird music video where I'm on Hollywood Boulevard, like dressed up like Ken from Barbie. I've got the wig on and all that shit. And then I'm getting green screened into like name a movie and I'm like green screened into it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in Clueless and Taxi Driver and fucking like all kinds of just crazy Top Gun and shit. And I remember thinking like, man, if people are only tuning in because of North Kingsley, this is so fucking out of left field and so different that it's not going to work.
So true.
But I was so happy with the response to it, and I was shocked. So I had to
And
just keep
your
going.
vocals are perfect for that genre too, man. Like
Thanks, man. And
you have like
I
so good.
thanks, man. I feel like that's why. So like when I said like I like doing raps and stuff, but it's not like the real thing from me. I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking kid from New Jersey. Like pop punk is my fucking in my blood. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I got the voice down and everything. So that's thanks for saying that. That's really
Oh, of
why I think it
course.
works to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Like a lot of solo artists, like especially in the genre like pop punk and that, I find it's kind of like hit and miss, or they sound too much the same. Like they all sound
Yeah.
similar. And then
Yeah.
yeah, with yours, like you definitely have a voice that fits that genre, but it's still a little different in a way. And then you mix it with like the nostalgic feel that you have with the music, and I'm like, fuck, this is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always thought I've never actually like dove into this or done any like official like marketing or anything, but I've always been like I want to call my music like nostalgia core. Like
Yes.
that's like what I want to
Yes.
that's what I want to be, is like nostalgia core. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. Because anyone that hits me up about it or like comes out to a show or whatever, is they're always just like, man, this is that feeling that I was missing. Makes me feel
100%,
really
man.
good. You know,
Yeah.
it definitely makes me feel good because like same for me, you know, like that's the shit that I like, and I never stopped liking it. So like why wouldn't I make it? You know? And it was really, to be honest, like it was gonna be sort of my last it was gonna be like my last go at music, like when I initially dropped like my first couple songs and like my first initial EP. I was like, look, I'm fucking getting older and I'm more broke. Like, I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna fucking make something, I'm just gonna make exactly what I want to hear, and just like I'm not gonna hear no from anybody. It's why it's a solo project, right? Like I was just like, I can't be like entertaining other people's opinions on what the song should be. This is gonna be my last go at it. And I'm just so, man, I was pumped. I
Yeah,
was
man.
so pumped that that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The way you're going about it is it's working. So it's just because when you first started dropping music, was it kind of just you were doing it like, say, like, here's a single, wait like maybe a couple months, another single? Like, what made you get into doing it like every week?
Yeah, yeah, I'll tell you exactly what. So when I first dropped, I think it was like I put out the first song, and then I waited maybe 3 weeks, and then I was like, I knew that I had to release like frequently, because that's how the world works now. You know, it's like people don't really give a shit about albums or anything like that unless they already like what you're doing. You know, it's like 4 Years Strong can drop an album, but like if I in January of 2024 dropped an album, it's like no one's got fucking time in their day to listen to that. Like I don't even, my songs are like fucking 2 minutes long, most of them. Like I don't even think people are going to give me 3 minutes out of their day. You know what I mean? So you got to like, you got to get in and get out and have people be like, yeah, that was cool. Like I'll listen to more, you know?
Yeah,
And
totally.
because sometimes people will be like, make the songs longer. I'm like, bro, listen to it again. Just listen to it a second time. Like
Yeah,
that's the best I
100%.
got for you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was 2 or 3 weeks, and then I was doing I knew I at least wanted to drop like a couple times a month. So I think it was like late January 2024 was my first song came out. And by like April, I sort of had the idea where I was like, all right, every couple weeks is working. I wonder if I do every week, would that help me or hurt me, in the sense of like, is Spotify going to think I'm like spamming the fucking system? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Are they going to like really stop promoting me to people because I keep dropping tracks? Like, I don't know. I don't know how Spotify works. So I just was like, fuck it. Like the month of April or May or whatever it was, I was like, I'm gonna drop. Uh, Initially, it was every 8 days. You want to hear me get like super analytical about this? This might be really boring for people, but anyone who's trying to like figure out Spotify, I'll put you on the game that I have learned. Initially, I was dropping every 8 days to try to figure out what was like the best day of the week to drop.
Mhm.
Um, and I noticed that my numbers were like only going up. Like on Friday when Release Radar hit, I would get like incrementally more listens from Release Radar like every week. And then I would see my song show up in like Spotify's radio playlists and Discover Weekly and stuff like that. And radio and Discover Weekly is just basically Spotify going like, okay, um, in a very condensed sense, like here's this guy over here. He listens to Green Day and Blink 182 and Ray Hawthorne. Here's this other guy over here who listens to Green Day and Blink 182, but he's never heard of Ray Hawthorne. Let's throw him in and see if he likes it. That's like Spotify radio and shit. And if it goes well, they keep pushing you out. So that went super well. I did that for like 4 or 5 months, and I kept seeing like an increase in streams and an increase in listeners. I was getting DMs all the time from people like saying they like the songs, and that's like that's like the best you can hope for. So that like hearing people's like really personal connections with some of the songs, and like that they're helping them through whatever times, like that's fucking awesome. So I was like, I can't can't stop dropping, right? In fact, I'm gonna do it every 7 days. Here's another boring analytical part. I picked Thursday because while Friday is the best day to drop, because release radar hits on Friday, everyone fucking drops on Friday. So like if
Yeah.
you open up your Spotify app on Friday, you're competing with like Spotify goes new music from, and they put like one song there. You know what I mean? You're competing with like fucking Drake. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
everyone
yeah.
drops on
Every
Friday.
single artist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you drop on Thursday, then not as many people drop. So there's like a higher likelihood that when you open up Spotify, it's going to say new release from Ray Hawthorne. Like if you've listened to me before. So it gets some more people on Thursday, and then you get that release radar hit on Friday.
Mm.
And that is the like boring analytical version of how I started getting into like weekly releases. But I will say, I don't think I've like formally announced it. Next year, I am not going to be able to do weekly releases.
Oh,
It is
damn.
like I'm gonna. Yeah, I know. And you know what's weird though? I do feel bad about it because there are people who hit me up every week that are just like, this is like my favorite thing. I don't know. That's like self-inflating, not their favorite thing, but like they love on Thursdays like hearing the new song. You know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
want to like let those people down that check it out every Thursday. But I feel like sometime next year, I don't know exactly when, I'm just going to go back to like, I'm still going to release frequently as hell. I just don't know that it's going to be so rigid as like every single Thursday. I think I would
Yeah.
really like to be able to take more time with the songs that I'm writing and just focus way more, even just on like a mixing aspect of it. Cause I'm doing this all myself, man. Like I record all this shit like with this microphone in a spare bathroom over here, you know, and I have
Yeah.
like 4 like producers that I'm working with that make like the different songs. You know what I mean? So the instrumentals, I mean. So I spend so much time every week writing and recording songs because to drop one song a week, it's not like they're all good. It's not like every song I write and record is good. So I'm like axing shit all the time. So I'm probably recording like fucking 5 songs in a week and then like going with one, and then I'm trying to stay ahead of it, right? So like right now I'm it's the beginning of October. Right now I'm uploaded through like November. And so
Oh,
I have
wow.
like a little bit of I have like a little bit of wiggle room that, let's say, if over the next 2 weeks I don't write anything I like, at least there's some like padding there, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been lucky enough that I haven't been in a position where I've been in a situation where I don't have like the next week's song ready and I don't have anything I like, because I'm not going to fucking put out a song that I don't like just to meet the deadline.
Yeah.
I care too much about music for my whole life to just put out something I think is like shitty. So I'm lucky enough that I'm in that position, but I think it would do well sometime next year to just sort of like slow down and just focus in on making sure everything's a little bit higher quality, at least like from a mixing standpoint. Because I don't think I would change anything lyrically. Like lyrically, all my stuff is very personal and very like, you know, stories from my life about me being like a shitty person and stuff like that. So and people relate to that, and they
Yeah.
tell me that they like the honesty of it is like refreshing. So I would never change that. I think I just want to really focus in on like the overall production of it being a little bit higher quality and seeing if that helps. But I don't know if the listeners revolt and need a song every week. I will gladly go back to every week. I guess this is just me until the grave, just fucking a song every week, you know.
Just a song every week. That's wild, man. Because it's like that whole like quantity over quality or quality over quantity kind of situation, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like fuck every week. That's a task, man. Especially
Yeah.
just like I get you got like producers like helping with instrumentals and stuff, but even just writing like lyrics that you
Oh
think
yeah.
are good and like that's a challenge in itself.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And also like shout out to the producers I work with. Like if you look at any of the credits on my Spotify songs, like their names are all in there. I don't want to like name one and forget someone else. Like shout out to like they're all crucial. Like I could not do this without them. And what's funny is like this sort of comes from being like a rapper for so long. I know from the rap world, there's plenty of rappers that put out a song every fucking week and even a couple a week because all they do is like get on a beat and rap on it, right? And I'm like, is it possible to find enough people to get me enough like pop punk instrumentals that I could replicate that strategy in a space that hasn't really seen it? You know what I mean? That was really my thought. Like no one's really doing this in like a pop punk space. Could I sort of take this from over here, bring it into the pop punk space, and would it work? And so far so good. But yeah, it is totally, even just from a lyrics thing, and I'm always editing instrumentals and you know what I mean? Like, rarely at this point do I play all the instruments on something, but I'm constantly editing instrumentals, playing guitar if I have to, and changing them in a way that I want. It also really works because like you're in a band, so you know, like if you're in a band and let's say one of your bandmates brings in a song that they're like really happy with and really proud of, but you're not really vibing with it, you don't want to fucking kill the vibe and be like, dude, I don't like that song, I don't want to put it out. So you just you work through it. You know what I mean? Maybe the vocalist is having trouble coming up with lyrics to it. Maybe the drummer is having trouble fucking getting like a good pattern to it or whatever, but you still work through it and you make it work. Like I play none of that shit. Like if someone sends me 10 instrumentals and I like one of them, I'm using one of them. You know what I mean? No one's feelings get hurt. Fucking it works out. So that's actually really helpful. And then the lyrics thing is definitely the hardest part of it because I have like a finite source of life experience to draw from, and all my stuff's really like honest and personal. So if I don't keep picking up my life, I don't really have songs to write about. And, like that's like a weird mental thing. Like I feel like it was really something that was really surprising to me was I'm coming in on 2 years of doing this now at this pace, basically. And like the mental toll that like writing all these songs about like me being a terrible person takes, like I'm like constantly doing this was so surprisingly like difficult to deal with, which probably actually led to some better songs to be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, like I totally didn't expect that. It's like, like we all love these like really sad emo songs, right? But like when I'm just constant, like this is my life, you know what I mean? It's like there's not a day that goes by that I'm not working on a song in some capacity. And when I'm just constantly like trying to come up with song ideas and just constantly thinking like, what are all the worst things about myself? Like it's just fucking it gets a little overwhelming sometimes,
Yeah. After each song, you're just like, God, I'm such a shitty person. I keep
yeah, dude. Yeah. That's why
just convincing yourself.
The first album is yeah, exactly. The first album is called Ray Hawthorne Sucks. And it's like, yeah, that's a joke. Like it's a joke because that's kind of funny, but it also like, I was like, no, this is perfect for the album. Because like all of these are songs about how much of a shitty person I am, like it fucking really works.
Yeah. That's true. And you're consistently like thinking of lyrics for like, the crappy parts of your life or bad things you've gone through. That would take a toll. And you're thinking about it way too much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like ruminating on this all the time, and it's just like sometimes you just need to like take a break. But
it's hard to write like a happy song, man. It's
very hard to write a happy song because I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, give me that like real fucking despair. Like that's what I want to hear from someone. Like all the songs I've ever really loved, like come from a fucking dark place. So
of course, just throw some catchy riffs in there, and it's like, yes,
exactly, man. That's the whole scene that we came from, man. It's just like pain over catchy riffs.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, that's fucking man. That's crazy, but like, good on you too, because I feel like I'd be focusing too much on. Fuck, did I use this phrase again? Like, you know what I mean with the words.
I worry about that sometimes. I worry about that sometimes. specifically because there are so many songs that I don't move forward with. So sometimes I will like even use a maybe it's not even a full phrase. Maybe it's just like a weird word, like a sort of unique word that I'm like, did I use that in that song? Is the song coming out? That song coming out, and then I have to like look and figure it out, you know. And there are some times where I don't even have the lyrics written down because I was just like in a frenzy recording, like really just like dropping my feelings like as I'm recording it. Like that's what my biggest song is called Flatline. And Flatline is a song that I did not write. Like I just did that like line by line in the studio because I was like I had been trying to record some other song. It wasn't going well. I really hated it. And I had been recording for like a couple hours and I was like, I don't want this to be like a waste of a day. You know what I mean? And I pulled up the instrumental for Flatline because I had that like in my email. And the opening line to it is I'm in love with an asshole. And that just like that sort of just like fell out of me when I did it. And then I just went like line by line through the song. And somehow that became like my biggest song, you know? So I've tried to replicate that formula a few times, and sometimes I do it. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it's like, why the fuck am I in here basically freestyling a song? You know what I mean? It's like, it ends up being like some incoherent thing. So yeah, there's no real singular method, I guess, to going about it. But yeah, I do worry about like repeating phrases and shit. And then sometimes I do it like intentionally because I'm hoping to collect something on an album. So I'm trying to keep things like thematically the same. But then other times I'm just like, fuck, did I say this before? I'm even just like, did I write this into a song fucking 10 years ago? Like, I don't know, man. I'm running out of words. I'm running out of shit to write about, man.
I know, that'd be my worry every week. I'd be like, fuck, I don't know anymore. I need to start doing some crazy shit in my life to come up with some words and lyrics here.
yeah, exactly.
That's wild, man. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you write the lyrics in your band? Do you sing?
I do. Yeah, I like it's just two of us now. Back like when we were in high school there was four of us. But then, you know, everyone got married, had kids, kind of just took a back burner, and then we got back into it. So it's just me and my drummer. Okay. And so I'll mostly kind of like write the songs. He'll throw some beats to it, and then we'll both kind of mess around with lyrics and stuff like that. But I do the singing, yeah.
Nice. I'll have to check it all out. I have not checked out your band yet, but I'm actually.
Oh, it's okay. We just dropped a new song today, man.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna check it out. It's a Thursday. That's the best day you can drop a song is on Thursday.
It's funny when you said that because I was thinking I was thinking about that too. I was just like, I'm not doing it on a Friday. Everyone drops on a Friday, man.
You know what's crazy is what's fucked up is I've seen more and more like popular-ish bands like start to drop on Thursdays, and I'm like, get out of my fucking space. You know what I mean? Like, stop
Go
doing
back to
this.
Friday.
Like,
Get the fuck out of
here. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was like, what do you mean Magnolia Park just dropped? Like, what the fuck?
Stop it. Everyone's just gonna start back. It's gonna be like Mondays and fucking
yeah, exactly. Well, when I was younger, albums used to come out on Tuesdays. I don't know if you remember that. Like I was always up in the fucking store on Tuesdays. Like that's when I would go get the album, you know? So I don't know what happened, why people went to Friday. Because another fucking boring Spotify analytics thing, like Friday is great, but like streams go down generally on Saturdays and Sundays because people aren't like going to work or like doing their commute or whatever thing. Like generally streams go down on Saturdays and Sundays. So if we were dropping on Tuesdays, we'd probably have better first weeks, but whatever. That's
actually, yeah. You know, it makes, that makes sense. Cause you're the commute, right? That's when you're listening to shit. Like if if it's the weekend and you're just at home.
Exactly. Like they're going to work, they're going to the gym or whatever. It's like you can see in the graph on like Spotify for artists, like Saturdays and Sundays generally it dips down and then it just picks right back up on Monday, you know?
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck everyone's dropping Friday.
One of your songs, because like I work out quite a bit, but right now, the first song that I play to start my workout is Ladder Not Ladder. I
No
fucking that
way.
song, dude, that song just pumps me up like at the beginning of my workout, just that fucking opening riff. And it's like, shut the fuck up now. I'm like, yes, let's go.
That's sick, man. I'm stoked to hear that. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's
How I
like a
start every
deeper cut.
workout.
That's like a deeper cut, man. I love that song.
Oh, that song is so good, man. I fuck it. Like everything about it, that opening riff, the guitar and shit. I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
Thanks,
And
man.
it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's that same thing too, where it's like, yeah, like all your songs are really short, right? But as a musician myself too, it's like I get it. Like especially these days where, you know, maybe we used to do like the 3 minute 30 seconds or 4 minute
Yeah.
songs, but now the attention span of everybody is like super low. So you
Oh,
need to
yeah.
kind of just get the
You're
catchy
lucky to
shit
get
done.
someone. Yeah, you're lucky to get someone to listen for 30 seconds. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can get someone for 30 seconds. That's great. Cause like someone's probably like, I always think about this, like even when I'm mixing, cause like chances are I'm going to spend all this time on the song and it's just going to be someone like they're on their phone, they're listening to it on their phone speakers, and they're also on Instagram at the same time. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll get 30 seconds. I got to make sure it sounds good on a fucking phone speaker, you know, like people
Yeah,
are just
totally.
they got so much shit going on, you know? That you have to
Yeah.
factor in for all that. It's like I totally wish I could just go back to just dropping full length albums, and I feel like that's the goal, right? Like 5 years from now, I'm hoping the listener base is big enough that I can just drop a couple albums a year, and I'm just dropping albums and a couple like lead up singles and stuff, and people actually I can be confident that people are going to listen to the album, you know. But it's
Totally.
it's hard to do. Like even the albums that I've done. It's just basically a compilation of singles because I know that if I fucking drop it as in an album, like I might be planning for an album, but I know that if I drop it in an album format, they're not all going to get a shine. Like people aren't all going to listen to all the songs, you know? Like you just see you know, they listen to the first one the most, the second one a little less, and then by the time you get to the last one, it's going to be no one's fucking listening to it. So you sort of just have to do everything as singles. It's not ideal, but it's just sort of like you got to play the game, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
We're trying to
kinda
be
just
full-time
is.
musicians out here.
Yeah.
You can't like fight the system for fucking your whole life, you know.
No, plus there's just so much more music and artists these days, right? With streaming. Like there's just so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're competing
I-
with
I-
fucking
something like-
everybody.
Exactly. It's like some like 100,000 songs get uploaded like a day to Spotify, you know? It's like
Wild.
why would anyone listen to yours over theirs? You have to consider all of that shit, man. It sucks because like we're artists, right? Like we just want to be like really artsy and make shit that like really connects with people. But at the
Totally,
same
yeah.
time, you have to like realize it's a product. Like if you want to make money off of it, you know, I can't be as like starry-eyed about it as I was when I was 17, and I was just like, no, like I'm just gonna put my feelings out and everyone's gonna care. It's like, no, I
Yeah.
I keep the lyrics like super fucking raw and super fucking honest, but other than that, I'm like, all right, how do we take this like real emotion and package it into a pretty little product? You know, like that's
Pretty much, yeah.
that's sort of what it has to be. But I think that's even as much as I don't like that, like that's sort of what pop punk is. You know what I mean? Like we're not out here being the fucking Sex Pistols. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like it's always been like sort of catchy little, you know, pretty little product version of stuff. Like that's what Blink is, man, you know? So
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know why I get down on it. Now that I think about it, it's like that's always been the case. I'm just like an old man yelling at a fucking cloud.
Yeah. Old man yelling at cloud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious to these kind of like random questions, but out of curiosity, just with like, you know, the scene, fuck, there's so much music and like so many bands have come back and been releasing new music. Is there one specific band that like you were just like you loved growing up and then they just kind of went downhill for you? Like after like a certain album or something?
Oh man. I have a hot take on this, but it really only has to do with their I guess live performances. Don't come for me, but this is how I feel about Taking Back Sunday.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
This is like the hottest take, I'm telling you. I fucking love Taking Back Sunday, but I don't know if you've seen them live anytime in the last like 5 years. He is up there doing some weird like Southern pastor thing now. It is
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah, it is so different. It's just such a different vibe. So like, you know, you're they're playing cute without the E, but he's doing it as if he's like some fucking Tennessee youth pastor. It's really, really strange. And again, like I love Taking Back Sunday, and like even like the newer stuff that it's not like they're putting out shit all the time, but like even the newer stuff that they put out, I think is really good. But yeah, something about like the last couple times I saw them live, I was like, what is going on here? You know, but hey, look, they're better band than I'll ever be. Fucking, I'm not saying that, but that's my hot take on that. It's like the live performance of Taking Back Sunday is so different than what it used to be. It's like really interesting to watch. If you haven't seen it, like I recommend looking up some YouTube videos or something.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen some random clips, but probably not the ones that are watched like, or they weren't long enough to kind of get that vibe from it. So, because the last time I seen them live, because like I'm up in Canada here. So the last time they were here, I think the last time I seen them was shortly after they released Louder Now. That was the last time I seen them. So that was like a long fucking time ago.
That's
but that was like peak, man. That was peak
Taking Back Sunday. You know what I mean? That's anything I'm saying here does not apply to fucking Louder Now era Taking Back Sunday.
100%. Yeah. That's still like that's probably one of my like top non-skip albums, man. Is Louder
It's
Now.
So good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. And being from New Jersey, you know, they got album covers with New Jersey Parkway on there. You know what I mean? It's it's a good time.
Yeah. And speaking of New Jersey, but fuck, Census Fail is one of those bands too that like I'm just still obsessed with. They still release like new music, which is like is still so good.
Yeah. I like Census Fail a lot. Like I said, I've seen them a couple of times at like fucking Legion halls in New Jersey, and like it was always really cool.
Nice, man. That's
super cool.
And when did you make the move to
So
LA?
you're from Canada then?
I am, yeah, Edmonton, Alberta.
When did I move? Oh my God. So here's the deal. There's like two things from Canada that I'm obsessed with.
Go on.
One is Degrassi. That's not a joke. I fucking love Degrassi. That's a real thing. That's in my Instagram bio and in my Spotify bio. I wrote a very long thing about how
I did read that, and
Degrassi.
I was like,
This is not a joke. A lot of people think it's a joke. I really do fucking love Degrassi. All I know is like Degrassi and like fucking Uncle Adams. I don't know if you know Uncle Adams. He's a fucking. Do you know Uncle Adams?
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm fucking obsessed with Uncle Adams, bro. I used to send like.
That's wild, man. Especially even like Degrassi. The fact that like. I guess as a Canadian, you just think like, oh, a Canadian show is just like for Canada. There's no like US people watching fucking Degrassi.
No, man. No, I've seen it. I've seen it all. I've seen it all multiple times. I fucking love Degrassi. Because I think the Degrassi, The Next Generation came out at like the perfect time for me. Like they were like going into 7th grade when like I was in like 6th grade. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm gonna approach all of these struggles in my life as well. You know? So like I would just watch all of them. Yeah, I fucking love Degrassi.
That's wild, man.
I'm sure you don't. I'm sure like you're like, oh, I'm from Canada, and I'm like, what about Degrassi? I'm sure that's not like the cool thing to say, but I just have to say, I really love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, like
and also Uncle Adams.
And also Uncle Adams. No, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's always fun, especially from chatting with people in the States, like bringing up like certain Canadian things they enjoy, like what you said. It's kind of like, you know, deep cuts for sure. And you're like, oh shit, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like they don't pay attention or, yeah.
Yeah. The majority of my Canadian knowledge comes from Degrassi and like clips from Uncle Adam's videos. I mean, he's gone silent for years, but man, was I fucking obsessed with him back in the day. And I would just watch and be like, I hope I'm not I hope this is not my life path, you know, like
Fuck, yeah.
this whole thing.
Jesus Christ.
But
That's
anyway,
hilarious,
yeah, if
man.
Uncle Adams is watching this, shout out Uncle Adams. Let's do a track. I know you've been gone for fucking years or whatever. I will totally fucking do a track with Uncle Adams. No hesitation. Let's fucking go.
That'd be so great if it happened. Like right after.
You know what? I'm going to reach out to him. I'm 100% reaching out to him.
Fucking
And
do
you'll
it.
remember
Do it.
this when my fucking Uncle Adams feature drops.
Hell yeah, that'd be so fucking sweet. Oh man. Yeah, and yeah, like what I was asking before, like when did you make that track to LA there?
Like immediately when I was 18 years old. I was 18
Really?
years old and I moved straight to LA and I was like, I'm going to be famous musician. I'm the best musician in my town. This is how I don't actually feel this way. That's how I felt at the time. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
the best musician in my town and I'm going to move to LA and be famous. And then you get to LA and you're like, everyone here is so much better than me. You know, and that's what it was. So I was 18 years old. I came from like a very, very small town in New Jersey and, moved to LA and it was like super culture shock. Like I had never lived in a city before. I had never been around like so many creative people and I had never been around so many drugs before. And I started doing a lot of drugs and it was not good. I'm sober now. I'm almost 9 years sober. I'll be coming up on that in May. So I guess that's more like 8.5 years sober.
Oh shit,
But
congrats, man. That's awesome.
thanks, man. But a lot of my songs are about that actually. But what's cool is so many people don't realize that, which is sort of the goal, right? Like I don't want to be out here preaching like everyone be sober. Like that's not how I feel. Like if I wasn't like obsessed with getting high, I would still be getting high. Like I just can't do it. I don't want other people to stop, you know? So like a lot of my songs, I'll just do it from the perspective of like, here's some like fucked up thing that I did, or here's some fucked up thing that happened to me. Like Flatline, for example, is just sort of like a love letter, like to drug addiction. You know, a lot of people think it's about like a girl or whatever, but it is totally just like a fucked up drug addiction song. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the music video, that's like even more clear. But so many people don't know that, you know, like people all the time will ask me to like get high with them or whatever. And, you know, so part of me, I'm just like, oh no, like, I'm like, no, but like, it's cool. Cause that means it's working the way I want. Like, I don't want it to be like preachy, like sober music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's not obvious. Like, oh yeah, no, this guy's, he doesn't touch that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I, for the longest time, I never brought it up in any music until I started this like solo project. And the main reason was like, I was like, I don't want to come across like fucking Macklemore, you know, because he does all these like super like I'm an addict like type songs and stuff like that. And like, that's cool, man. Like I support everyone, like anyone who wants to be sober. Like I fully fucking support it. I just think it can be annoying and preachy when people like make that their whole life and really get on other people about it. It's like you're not helping the case, really. You're just kind of coming across like an asshole, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
So I try not to do that.
Yeah, that's good. I think we've all met people or know people that are like that. So
yeah.
With like besides drugs, with like any other kind of thing too, right? It's like okay.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's no different than someone being like hardcore religious in your face and being just like like you need to be like as Christian as I am and all this shit. Like it's no different than that. And like, man, does that fucking annoy me. So like I do not want to do that to people with fucking drugs. Like drugs are actually fun. I just can't do them. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. God, that's so true, man. But yeah, no, it's a good way to come out because like you said, there's artists where it's like you can just tell this is kind of their thing that they always reference or talk about, and then it just kind of gets like old, right? You're like, okay,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
Exactly.
Although I'm sure there's people who are like, I love this shit, which that's cool too.
yeah, you know, to each his own, but I'm just trying not to be that guy.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. And like, so in LA, like, are you doing lots of shows, or is it more so just like
No,
you're
I
recording way more?
no, I just record all the time, and I just, like I said, I record like in my house, like with this microphone. We did an album release show on August 15th, so the day after my most recent album came out. We did a show, and that's actually the first time I've played any of these songs live.
Okay.
Any of like my solo stuff. It's the first time I ever did it, so I was like so fucking nervous not to do this. I've done a million shows, just not for these songs. And like, I was so nervous about what the turnout actually was going to be because, like, again, I've been in LA since I was 18 years old. Like, I've played shows for no one. I've played shows for like the other bands and their girlfriends. You know what I mean? Like, I've done
Yeah.
all that shit. I'm sure you know the feeling. So I was like, I really fucking want to do this album release show, and I just really hope that like people that really love these songs actually come out. And dude, it was so sick. So many people showed up singing along every word. Like it was
That's
fucking
awesome.
so like that's the dream, right? As a
Oh yeah.
musician, like you just want to do the show and have the crowd like singing every word. I was fucking floored. I was just like, I'm hype. I didn't cry. You know what I mean? Like I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, like so many people knew every word, and then like especially by the time we got to Flatline, it was like the place was fucking on fire. So it was
That's awesome.
so fucking cool. And I do really want to play more shows. It's just not like touring isn't what it used to be. So like for all the reasons that I talked about, all that like nerdy analytic Spotify stuff, it's like I'm getting in front of more people by putting out a song every week than I would be by living in a van and like playing bars across the country, you
Yeah.
know? And that used to be what you had to do to build up a fan base. And now it's just sort of like something that makes you lose money. And I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I'm not really trying to like lose money so that I can live in a van and play shows for people. I love playing shows, especially now that I know that people come out and know the words and fucking like want to take pictures and stuff. Like that is so cool and so fun, and I would do it every night if I could. But the money's just not there yet. I'd love to be in a situation where, years from now, I would be able to do that in like a profitable manner. But as of right now, I think I'm just going to do one-offs. Like I'm looking to do one in like North Jersey, New York. I have a lot of listeners in like North Jersey, New York.
Oh, nice.
And then I've been talking to like a couple like European booking agents because like I have a very large like German fan base. So I think I could do like way bigger rooms if I just did like a couple, like 2 nights in Germany in a couple different cities. So I've been talking to like a couple European booking agents about that because I don't know shit about that. It's like it's not like just traveling to Germany. Like I'd have to get like a work visa and all that stuff. I don't know nothing about it. So I'm trying to work all that out, but that's probably like a next year thing. Um, but yeah, it's looking more like one-off shows and not like always in LA. I've played every fucking venue in LA so many times with other projects, not this project.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just not like it's not gonna make any money, and it's just less people are gonna come every time. You know what I mean? It's like you sort of just have to do it in different places. So that's the
Yeah.
plan.
Okay. So it's, I guess, like, it's just not, that's not the scene in LA then, eh? Or is it?
I don't know. The scene in LA is so weird, man. Like it's so many people that are just trying to be as close to famous people as they can be. So
Uh,
like I've known plenty of people in successful bands, and I talked enough about the System of a Down thing earlier, and I'm not going to like sit here and name drop, but like I've hung out with plenty of people in big fucking bands, and like the crowd that hangs around those people that just think like by being in that room and like being in that place they're going to be successful, and it's going to like the fame is going to rub off on them is fucking
Ah,
annoying. So there's not like a huge like DIY like punk scene out here. It's a lot more of like somewhat successful artists and then like people like crowding around them because they think it's cool to be there, not even because they listen to the band. if that makes sense.
No,
So
yeah, I
that's why
get that.
so like even when I did the album release show, we did it at this place that I fucking love. And I've been there a million times. It's called The Shed. It is for real a shed in someone's backyard. It's on Google Business Maps though. Like it's a real legit thing, and like the noise
Oh
comes out
shit.
there all the time and everything. But it is for real a shed in someone's backyard, and it is the most fucking punk rock thing in the world. And I was like, I'm not gonna do like one of these venues on the Sunset Strip or anything. Like I really want to do that. And I swear, man, I love that vibe so much. And I'm scared people are gonna think I'm like ripping off fucking All American Rejects, but like they didn't start house shows, and I would fucking love to just put together like like in like North Jersey or New York, one in Chicago, just like fucking backyard and like basement shows. I
That'd be
would
so
fucking
sick.
love to do that. Yeah, like I would love to do that. I love that vibe. Like you just get like 100 people out to like a fucking basement. That shit is so cool, man. It's so fun.
Oh, yeah,
We've all
man.
been to those shows growing up and everything. It's just like a good feeling, man. So yeah, shout out Bobby, who runs the Shed. He's so fucking awesome. And he's like, it is the coolest, like closest thing to like a DIY punk scene that LA has to offer. And it's so fucking cool, man.
That's awesome.
So that's the place. Yeah. Yeah. If anyone listening is like looking for a place to play in fucking LA, like I can't recommend the Shed enough. It is so fucking cool. Cool bands go there. You know what I mean? I mean, it was years ago, but like Honey Revenge played the Shed a couple years back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like big bands play there. So it's cool, man. Everyone from like, very small, like 100 monthly listeners bands to like way bigger bands like play the Shed, and it's always cool and it's always fucking rowdy and people are always fucking having a good time. I love that place.
That's what it's always about, man. It's just about having a good time. Like, just
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
what yeah, because like I started going to more shows recently because it's been a long time since I've been to like fucking shows. But I'm like, this is
Yeah.
why I'm back. Like, this is so much fun. Like, can I do it like I
Exactly.
used to, where it's every weekend? No, probably not. But
No. And I'm like looking for a chair now. Like I'm like
I
not in the
know,
pit
man.
anymore, and I'm like standing in the back. You know what I mean? I'm like, get me on the fucking
100%.
guest list in the fucking VIP section so I can have a
Yeah.
chair. Like that's
Yeah.
that's all that I want. I'm
back's
I'm
killing
seeing yeah, exactly. I'm seeing Seos in 2 nights in a row next weekend. And
nice.
I'm like hype. I'm like hype because it's like my favorite venue. It's in Garden Grove, California. It's a place called the Garden Amphitheater, and they have it's like an outdoor amphitheater, and there's like a pit in the front, but the whole rest of it is just chairs, and it's like open seating. And I'm like, I'm gonna show up a little early. I'm gonna get on an aisle seat, and I'm gonna watch the fucking Seosin show from my seat, and it's gonna be awesome.
Fuck, that's funny. That's the funny part too. You go to like these shows later, and you're just like, you're the demographic's old now when there's like chairs. You're like,
Yeah, it's weird,
"God
right?
damn it.
Yeah,
It's like, we're
people are like
there?
showing
What
up with
the
their
fuck?
kids and shit. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely weird. It's definitely because I even remember back when I was like, I think when I was like 20, because I used to be like a big mosh pit kid. Like I would be like, I want to go to the heaviest shows and I want to mosh all the time. And then like when I was like 20, I stopped moshing because I looked there. I was like, there's like 15-year-olds in here. I was like, I can't, like, I'm going to fuck around and wind up with an assault charge or something. Like I can't be in here moshing with like 15-year-olds. So I totally stopped. And now I go to these shows and I look at pits and it's everyone's like in their 30s and shit. And I'm just like, I'm still not going to pit. It's fine.
Yeah. Just you're gonna tweak something. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, exactly. I used to love it back in the day though, man. I had like a pair of shoes that was a size too small that I would wear to shows so that I could fucking do my windmills and shit.
Oh, Jesus
and my
Christ.
shoes wouldn't fly off.
Oh, fuck,
man.
that's
What a
that's
time.
hilarious. Yeah, those were fun times, man. Those were good times. I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember because I wear contacts. Like I would wear glasses back when I was like in high school. But I remember going to one, I think it was an Under Oath show, and we are just in
Yeah.
the pit, and fucking one dude railed me, and my glasses just flew off, and it was just like They're gone. They're fucking gone.
That's
I remember
crazy.
finding pieces of it after the show was done. It's like,
It's
shit.
just little relics from the show. It was same for me. So yeah, I wear contacts too, and I always used to wear glasses. But I would always, like, before I went in, I would turn to my friend. I'd be like, "Hold my glasses," and I would just go in like without my glasses and pit. That was my move, was hold my glasses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, someone's gonna fucking wreck them, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's awesome, though.
There's an old
Fuck.
on YouTube. Where's Prada playing Warped Tour in like Camden, New Jersey in like 2007, and I still pull it up right behind the pit, and I'm in fucking pitting for Devil Wears Prada at Warped Tour in like 2007, and it's crazy. I got like super long hair, shit, and I'm
Nice.
doing all the dumbass moves. It's like a fun,
Sweet.
it's like a fun little thing to look back on sometimes. You know?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a blast from the past. It's just fucking, it was your youth. Fuck, that's fun, man. Yeah, bud. Well, you know what, man?
Oh,
I don't want to
the internet. I think the
Oh.
frozen.
Oh, we're good. I see you now.
It's back. It's back. Nice.
Nice, man. No, and yeah, man, I was just gonna say, yeah, like, I won't keep it too much longer. I know, it's usually like, oh yeah, say whatever you have coming up, but we all know you have new songs coming out every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I drop every Thursday. So let's just check that out. Ray Hawthorne. Wherever you want to look for that. I drop every Thursday. No relation to Hawthorne Heights. That is my real last name.
I know, which is wild. It's a sick fucking name. Like, especially
People
for
have
the
hit me
music
up
you
sometimes.
play. It's just like, come on.
Right. There's been a couple people that have hit me up that straight up said they were looking on Spotify for Hawthorne Heights and found my music and thought it was a Hawthorne Heights side project, realized it wasn't, but kept listening. And I was like,
Damn it,
that's
I
pretty sick.
wonder how many people discovered you because of that. Like, Hawthorne
at least
High-
a couple. Exactly. Yeah, at least a couple of them, because I've gotten the message a couple of times. So that's a fun
hilarious.
one to get.
Well, yeah, every week you release a new song. I guess the thing to say is take advantage of it as while it lasts, because like you said, you're gonna slow it down next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everything. What is it? Not everything stays gold or whatever the fuck. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
The phrase. It's not. Yeah. Every week isn't happening forever, but this is what we're doing right now, and at least until next year. So we'll see what happens.
Sweet, buddy. Well, I look forward to all the new music, and I appreciate you coming on. It was a blast chatting with you, man.
Yeah, for sure. This was great.
Okay, buddy. Thanks. You have a good one.